In the aftermath of the Pahalgam attack, tensions are mounting between India and Pakistan by the minute. Our team of reporters from Delhi, Srinagar and Islamabad in Pakistan are bringing you all the updates. In New Delhi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is holding a crucial meeting of the Cabinet Committee of Political Affairs, the most important committee of the Cabinet that is also called the Super Cabinet. The meet comes after a second round of meeting of the Cabinet Committee of Security. Now, to give us more perspective on this, we will go to Siddhant, who is in New Delhi right now. Siddhant, these back-to-back Cabinet panel meet comes a day after a high-level meeting which was convened by the Prime Minister at his residence in New Delhi on Tuesday. So, what's the latest update and what can we expect from the meeting?
Well, last 12 hours have seen back-to-back meetings. The day, of course, today started here in Delhi with the Cabinet Committee on Security. Then thereafter, the Cabinet Committee on Political Affairs, the Cabinet Committee of Economic Affairs and the full Cabinet meeting are also due to take place. Now, we know that every Wednesday the Cabinet meets. This time it is different given the fact that these high-level meetings are also taking place. And in fact, this is the second Cabinet Committee on Security meeting in last 1 week since the Pahalgam terror attack. The last Cabinet Committee on Security meeting took place on last Wednesday, and India announced a slew of measures, whether it is freezing the Indus Water Treaty, whether it is downgrading the diplomatic relationship further between the two countries, between India and Pakistan, whether it is declaring the Pakistani military diplomats as persona non grata, and of course declaring their post as null and void, among other measures which have been announced, including of course the closing of the Wagah-Tauri border. In fact, today is the last day when it comes to the Pakistani nationals to leave India whose visa have been revoked. In fact, all the categories have been revoked, barring of course few exceptions, including exception for the Pakistani Hindus who are living here in India. Now, we know that there is a back-to-back development in Delhi, but essentially nobody knows what is going to happen in next few days or perhaps weeks. One thing is for sure, that the Indian Prime Minister has clearly stated twice, in fact, that India will be going after the perpetrators and those who sponsor terrorism. In this case, of course, it is Pakistan, and the clear message to the forces to give operational freedom to decide on the more target and how they will take forward this process, the timing of the action in terms of the perpetrators, how the action will be taken against them, the perpetrators who were responsible for the Pahalgam terror attack, which is the worst terror attack India has seen, in which many Indian civilians, in fact, have died. The last time such a was there after a terror attack, it was the 26/11 terror attack. And India is clear in its messaging that it is Pakistan which has done this bad deed, and for this Pakistan has to pay.
Right, Siddhant, and to get more on this, we're going to shift to Idris now. Idris, according to your sources, some new information has emerged about the terrorists when the security agencies were trying to gather information from the eyewitnesses. So what more can you tell us on that front?
Well, two important updates. The first one coming from Baisaran itself, where the attack took place. We're being told that the investigation team has reached there again, and they're doing a 3D mapping of the whole Baisaran meadow. Basically, they've spoken to the eyewitnesses, they've spoken to the tourists who were present there, as well as the locals, and they've taken their statements, and now they're doing a 3D mapping from where exactly these terrorists came into the meadow and what exactly was the plan of action. The second important thing that has come out from our sources in the investigation agencies, they've told us that one of the witnesses has said that there were 4 terrorists in total. 3 of the terrorists came inside the meadow because it's a fenced meadow. 3 came inside. They were the ones who shot down the civilian population there, and then the 4th one was giving cover outside the fence. He did not come inside the fence because he was waiting if the security forces would reach the place, and he was giving them a cover from outside, while as 3 of them were inside. 2 of them have been confirmed wearing camouflage Indian Army uniform, while as two of them were in civil dresses. We're being told from our sources that the witnesses have told security agencies that two of them looked like they were not from Kashmir, while two of the others who were in civil dress, there is a possibility that they were locals. This is the account that has been given to the investigation agencies from the witnesses. Let me tell you, there was another witness in the case who was a photographer from the same area who was basically making videos and photos of the tourists there. He was a local guide as well. His whole collection of videos has been taken by the investigative agencies. We are being told that he hid on top of a tree, but he did not stop his camera. He kept shooting the whole incident on his camera, and that whole footage has been provided to the investigative agencies. On the other hand, investigative agencies have also called for the people who were present at that point of time at the attack site. They told them if they could share all the videos and pictures they have from the incident site. So overall investigation going on a fast track, while as we are seeing that security forces are still carrying out that massive manhunt across Anantnag district at 4 places, including Pahalgam, where yesterday we did hear some gunfire at one of the places where the combing operation was going on. On the other side, we're also seeing the line of control as well as the international border quite volatile. We've seen for the 6th consecutive night, Pakistan has broken ceasefire violation at 5 different places on the line of control and 1 place on the international border, which has been retaliated by the Indian Army as well as the border security forces.
Right, Idris. And now to get a more comprehensive picture, we move on to our special correspondent who's joining us from Rawalpindi. Anas, what is the latest from Pakistan and how are things unfolding in Pakistan amid the tension?
Well, here in Pakistan, things are being washed out very, in a very minute manner. It would not be wrong to say. Last night, we saw the government scrambling into panic mode. The information minister addressing a late-night press conference in the wee hours, basically cautioning that and stating that Pakistan has quote-unquote credible intelligence of an imminent military action coming in from India, without delving into the details of the intelligence that has come in. Which, of course, what we understand is that that is not available to the press at large. The Senate is in session. The government is mulling for a joint parliamentary session as well in order to give this message of show of solidarity and unity within the politicians. With that being said, the Pakistani foreign minister has been holding telephone calls with his counterparts and all of them, well, most of them rather, have been emphasizing on the need to de-escalate. With that being said, we're also expecting him to hold a telephone conversation today with the US Secretary of State Marco Rubio sometime later in the evening.
Right, and Anas, as you've said, former Prime Minister Imran Khan has issued a statement from inside the jail. How is it being looked at?
Well, it's being looked at with a lot of critique on Imran Khan itself, because while Imran Khan called for unity, his statement was more focused on the internal divide and criticizing the government, and that is why the politicians or those in government or even his own partymen have said that this is an uncalled for statement, while Imran Khan has also referred to his time as the Prime Minister and the statements that he had made before the United Nations General Assembly. This call for unity is being seen with a lot of skepticism for his very critique of the incumbent government and the incumbent leadership itself. Diksha.
Right, and that brings us the key developments from all the front. Thank you, Siddhant, Idris and Anas for bringing us the latest. We'll of course be tracking all the developments closely.